Hello YouTube, hi. I'm Video Guy.
Who is Richard Hart? Some call him a fraud, a professional scammer, a washed up white boy, a religious figure, a force for good in this world, the leader of a modern day cult, and a genius. But who is he really? With over $14 billion US, he founded one of the largest and most successful cryptocurrencies in the world. A documentary by Muse Storytelling about him is coming out at the end of 2022. He has donated millions to charity, and yet, there are still so few people who know his name, and fewer who know his story. Why is the story of Richard Hart one of the most controversial in all of crypto? Here is the story of how Richard Hart went from selling newspapers to creating one of the largest multi-billion-dollar cryptocurrencies in the world.
Remember all the haters? All the haters that told you that I was a scammer and Hex was a scam? I got bad news for the haters. We're making new all-time highs where everything else is getting wrecked.
Growing up, Hart's life was nowhere near as lavish as what it is now. There is not much known about his early years, but from what is known, he was an intelligent kid, learning how to read at 3 years old. He then started elementary school, but after 2 days was pulled out and enrolled in a gifted school for accelerated learning. After blitzing through his elementary schooling, he enrolled in an advanced middle school program invented by an MIT alumni in Davie, Florida, called MEGSSS. During his time there, he learned many advanced topics. He was also taught scheme programming, which is one of the most powerful programming languages in the world. This is where he picked up his ability to code and program, which eventually led to the success of his cryptocurrency. Richard Hart was always a humble kid, always helping out his mates whenever he could, even with his limited resources back then. As he grew older, he started an at-home car stereo business. This first business taught him many of the necessary business and social skills that led to the success of his future endeavors. He started multiple small businesses, which included a shopping cart platform and an air conditioner business. He also was a newspaper salesman for a short time. At a young age, Hart explored many different pathways to making money. Later in life, he established a mortgage company, conducting pay-per-view clicks and working on search engine optimization. This was one of his most successful companies that he ran. Under the leadership of Hart, his company made profits of over $60 million per year. After retiring from the industry, Hart came across Bitcoin via a Reddit post. After endless research and talking to Bitcoin gurus, Richard Hart fell in love with the concept of cryptocurrency. At a similar time, Richard also started his YouTube channel, expressing many of his philanthropic ideas. He initially used YouTube to market his first book, but started using it to voice his views and get the word out about crypto. His channel exploded, just like Bitcoin's price.
It is the hottest currency in the world.
Bitcoin's value has skyrocketed.
The chart looks like the left-hand side of an Eiffel Tower.
Everyone was getting rich off crypto, and Richard was starting to flaunt his millions in new wealth. That was until Bitcoin crashed.
Bitcoin took a serious tumble. It's now down almost 50%.
60%. People who thought they were very wealthy will suddenly become bankrupt overnight. In just 24 hours, more than $60 billion was wiped off the value of the entire cryptocurrency.
Richard called the top of Bitcoin on the day it crashed, and he saved many people who listened to his advice millions of dollars. But as Bitcoin fell, he discovered many fatal flaws that Bitcoin and many other cryptocurrencies had. That inspired him to create his first cryptocurrency, Hex. Hex is an Ethereum-based token that bills itself as the first blockchain certificate of deposit. Just like a traditional certificate of deposit, it offers an improved interest rate to customers who agree to leave a lump sum deposit untouched for a set amount of time. Hex holders can stake batches of Hex tokens for a specified amount of time. During this time, they may not access those tokens without severe penalties. When the specified time is complete, Hex holders can receive Hex rewards. Hex has been criticized by a few for being a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme, as holders of Hex can stake their Hex and earn interest from this. Hex confused quite a lot of people at first, because people thought that Hex was just taking the new customers' money to pay off the old ones. But actually, with Hex, you mint your own rewards. You don't get anyone else's money. But despite all this controversy, Hex is up over 2 million% in this time period, making it one of the largest cryptocurrencies in the world and one of the fastest growing assets of all time. Hex money doesn't jiggle jiggle,
It folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure.
and after all that extensive research, there is clear evidence showing that Hex is not a Ponzi scheme. Hex has such a strong community at this point, many have compared it to a religion. Some people even lock up their funds for 15 years. This is all the work of Richard Hart, who started a monstrous marketing program to get the word out about Hex. But even after all the success that Hex had, this was not the end for Richard. After seeing the success of Hex, Hart decided to develop another cryptocurrency called Pulsechain. It will have its own unique blockchain and ecosystem, and is also going to be free for everyone who has Ethereum. This cryptocurrency project will be one of the largest cryptocurrency projects of all time, and will be done on levels that no one has ever seen. During the sacrifice phase for this project, Richard donated $27 million to the SENS Foundation. He also started his own podcast that goes in depth with many other crypto experts, discussing their opinions and what they think is happening in the markets. But recently, Hex's price has fallen from over 50 cents to just under 3 cents, going down over 90%. Many people don't question Hex's ability to rebound, as 90% drops are quite common in crypto. But even after a 90% drop, the Hex community is not phased. It's still growing and growing, with thousands of more people every single day buying Hex for the first time. And this is the story of how Richard Hart went from selling newspapers to creating one of the largest cryptocurrencies in the world. Thank you guys so much for listening, and if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.